Hello, I'm Adam Barralet and welcome to this Crystal Connections video where we're exploring the crystal of Violet Flame Opal. Now, Violet Flame Opal is a commercial name that's given to an opal known as Morado Opal, which is commonly found in Mexico. Like all opals, it has a very playful and joyous energy, which really helps us to lift up above the doldrums and all the darkness and destructive energies of the world and bring us to a higher place. It's also associated with the spiritual concept of the violet flame. And in this video, we're going to explore what the violet flame is and how you can encompass that in this crystal and use these two together to help with your spiritual ascension and transformation. When you think of fire, what do you think of? Some people focus on the destruction and what is destroyed, but if we look at what happens in nature, yes, when a wildfire goes through, it destroys all the landscape, but it actually brings new growth as well. I remember that when I was in Yosemite National Park and there'd been a massive wildfire that had gone through there, I said to one of the rangers, "This is devastating." He said, "You're thinking like a human, not like a forest." You see, the pine trees had dominated the landscape for such a long time, and their acidic needles had dropped to the ground and killed all the other flora. He said, now that the pine trees are gone, you're going to see a brand new forest emerge over the coming years. So as one thing goes, another comes due to fire. Even in certain parts of the world, including my own, here in Australia, certain seed pods won't open until they're exposed to the heat of fire. So fire brings new life as well as destroys. So then we come to this concept, the violet flame. Now, of our color spectrum, the most spiritual or the highest intensity or highest vibration color on that spectrum is violet. So normally fire, of course, is red and orange and yellow, but imagine a violet flame. So this brings spiritual transformation. Now you can visualize violet flame surrounding you, or visualize this whenever you're wanting to bring some kind of spiritual transformation in your life. And using violet flame opal, which encompasses this energy of the violet flame, helps to bring transformation into the spiritual aspects of your life. Whenever there is some dark or destructive or depressive energies around you and you want to lift out of them, work with violet flame opal and see yourself encompassed in that fire and see all that no longer serves you burning away. Violet flame opal helps you connect with some great spiritual guides. From the Ascended Masters, you may have heard of Saint Germain. Now, Saint Germain of the Ascended Masters is considered to be the keeper of the violet flame. In the angelic realms, an angel that I love to work with and also a keeper of the violet flame is Zadkiel. Zadkiel helps us and is known as an angel that helps us to forgive and to show mercy. And often people mistake that for being it's just about other people. But what Zadkiel's greatest lesson is we don't evolve as we learn to love the parts about ourselves that we already love. It's when we learn to love a part of ourselves that in the past we may have berated or disliked or even hated. Violet Flame Opal can be used to call upon Saint Germain or Zadkiel to help us start to love who we truly are, even the bits that in the past we've repressed or judged as bad or not liked in some way. And as we learn to love them, we evolve as a person and we evolve spiritually. That's one of the most exciting things that we can use Violet Flame Opal for, to lighten up on all that self-hatred and that harsh inner critic within us and learn to love ourselves more, lift our vibration and bring more light to the world. You can also use Violet Flame Opal for emotional purification. If you're feeling overly emotional or overburdened by emotions or drowning in your emotions, reach for this crystal. Any opal has a very playful, childlike energy about it, and again, allows you to lighten up. If you have been beating yourself up about something emotionally, or there's some regret or remorse or something like that, Violet Flame Opal is a good crystal to wear or have around you to help you rise above that, forgive yourself, and move on. Violet Flame Opal is really great for releasing any emotional bonds to the past as well. If you're connected to someone who is dragging you down in the past, then Violet Flame Opal can really help you there as well. If you find when you tend to get emotional, you go into bad habits, such as drinking or drugs, then Violet Flame Opal can be used to help deter you and keep you out of lingering down back into those bad habits. Violet Flame Opal has helped many people with alcoholism in the past, and maybe it could help you as well. Overall, what you'll find is you start to work with Violet Flame Opal and you start to love yourself more for who you truly are, you'll find that you get less emotional about other things, that, how people react or how you're reacting to people. And you find your emotions become a guidance system rather than this controlling system that overwhelms you. So if you find that your emotions are getting the better of you, then it's time to start working with Violet Flame Opal. Use Violet Flame Opal to help get a better understanding and perspective of the world. This is a really great crystal, and one really interesting trivial thing that I learned about it is it's really good for anyone who has porphyrophobia. What is porphyrophobia? It's an intense fear of the color purple. So if you do have that, you probably haven't watched this whole video because me wearing the purple shirt has probably scared you off way before that. But if you happen to know anyone who doesn't like purple, then this would be a really great crystal for them. Now, on a more serious note, this is a really great crystal for helping you get a better perspective of life and realize that these little things that we do to ourselves, where we punish ourselves with, getting in overly emotional about something or drinking or scrolling, and these destructive behaviors only stop us from our own ascension. When we do something to ourselves and we punish ourselves, we're only stopping our own growth and our gifts that we can share with the world. As you start to work with Violet Flame Opal more, it'll lift you higher. It's a really beautiful high vibration crystal. And it's really good for helping to balance the hemispheres of the brain and honor both the logical aspect of the brain and understand things like science and why science is valuable in this world and mathematics, but also appreciate the arts and music and how they speak to the heart as well, and how they both have need in the world and need in your life as well. So if you need to harness your logical side or your creative and intuitive sides, Violet Flame Opal will really help with that as well. The final thing that this can help you with is understanding the universe as a whole. Violet Flame Opal is sometimes associated with the star system of Pleiades and the star beings that descend down from there. If you feel a drawing to the Pleiadians, then Violet Flame Opal could be a great crystal to help you open the gateways to connect deeper with them. So when you're ready to understand your own inner workings, the inner workings of this world, and the worlds beyond this planet, Violet Flame Opal can be a great key to unlock those doors. Like most crystals, opals, tektites, and obsidians, it's a really good idea to cleanse them whenever you gather them, or if you've been using it a lot and you kind of need to take it back to its original balance. You can use different elements of nature to cleanse your different crystals. In Violet Flame Opal, having that connection to fire can be cleansed with the element of fire, and that's my favorite way to cleanse this crystal. Now, how do you do that? You can either place it near an open fire like a campfire, if you've got an open fire at home, not really close, about 1 meter or 3 feet away, where it can feel the heat but without getting too hot. If you don't have access to an open fire, then pass it through a candle flame 3 times quickly, asking either Archangel Michael or Zadkiel to help cleanse the crystal as well. Now, you can also bring in other gifts from the plant and the animal kingdom to guide you when working with Violet Flame Opal. From the animal kingdom, I love to work with the tricolored heron, which was previously known as the Louisiana heron. Now, if you Google it, you'll see some spectacular colored birds that very much look just like this crystal. Now, herons being a water bird, they obviously stand in the water and they look into the water. Remember that water is the emotional realm. So herons stand above the emotional realm and look into it. Rather than being within the emotional realm and overwhelmed with it, they understand it. And so herons are these birds of wisdom, helping us to understand the matters of the heart and the matters of the world. Very wise birds, and when we meditate, we can call upon them to give us guidance as well. Now, you can also bring in an essential oil, and the essential oil that comes to mind when I think of Violet Flame Opal is hyssop. Hyssop is another crown chakra essential oil, just like this works with the crown chakra, and it's absolutely amazing. I call it the flamethrower of cleansing away unwanted energy. There are so many different cleansing essential oils, but hyssop is the ultimate and works really powerfully in cleansing away what doesn't serve us, just like this does, so that we can grow and focus on our spiritual purpose. Astrologically wise, being violet and purple and very fiery in its manner, I find it works really well actually with Jupiter in that expansive way. Jupiter, of course, is our largest planet and teaches us about expansion, especially in the spiritual realms, and guides and supports us in this growth in our lives. Jupiter rules the day Thursday. So any serious workings you're doing with your Violet Flame Opal, whether it be a healing, a manifestation, or a meditation, if you can do it on a Thursday, it's going to be enhanced a little bit more on that day as well. Now, Morado Opal or Violet Flame Opal is a bit of a rare crystal, being only found in one place in the world. Have you got it in your collection? Have you used it much? I'd love to hear about your experience. Please share with our crystal loving community and leave a comment in the section below. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Adam Barralet. Blessed be.